Like I said in my last one, there are some YouTubers that no matter how much problematic stuff that they do, their fans will stick by them no matter what. And I think we're getting to a point in cancel culture where true fans don't actually care about most cancellations. And cancellations are just kind of blimps in the road that most YouTubers will have to face at some point in time. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Mackenzie here, and today on the channel I'm going to be filling you in on the top 5 influencers that are too big to get cancelled part 2. And some people were shouting out people to include in this list in the last comment section, like Mr. Beast and other like pretty unproblematic people, but I want to clarify this list is for creators who are very problematic. However, they won't be getting cancelled because at this point their following is too big for them to actually be held accountable for, what they do. But before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe below, check out our playlist, and follow our Instagram to see more. Alright, now let's get into that tea spillin'. Starting off at number 5, we have the Ace family. Someone gave me the idea for the Ace family on the last video, and my first reaction was, how did I not think of that before? They are probably like the key people to be on this list, so problematic, but they just have way too many adoring fans that they will just like never be held accountable for anything. So the Ace family is probably one of the most problematic family channels on all of YouTube. And even though the family, but mainly Austin, the dad, gets into scandals constantly, their channel is still thriving. If you didn't already know, the family consists of 5 members. Catherine Piaz, former basketball star Austin McBroom, and their daughters Elle and Alea, and their newest child is a son, Steele. Just to name a few of the scandals that they have been in, one of the first was that some old tweets of Austin's were exposed, with the tweets being racist, sexist, and just honestly really gross. The next one was probably one of the biggest scandals for the family, and that was accusations that a robbery that took place at their home was actually fake, and that the whole thing was just staged for views, with people bringing up that the cops' behavior in the video was kind of strange. The family ended up responding with a police report about the robbery, but people still thought it could be fake. And the biggest and worst against Austin was allegations made by Cole Kerrigan that Austin and his father had abused women on a yacht in Miami. Cole provided screenshots of messages between his friend and Austin's assistant, and messages between Austin and his friend, checking out the girls who were coming with them to Miami. Cole also provided a testimony from another alleged victim and a photo of bloody sheets from the day of the alleged incident. This incident did get many people to speak up that Austin was a cheater, and he is known for hooking up with girls pretty much all around LA. However, the victim did come out and say that Austin didn't actually hurt her like Cole claimed, and that he was actually just trying to extort Austin $400,000 after learning that Drama Alert was paid $500,000 to crush the story, even though Cole didn't realize at the time that Keemstar was being sarcastic. And even though many turned on Cole after that, it still left a lot of people skeptical about Catherine and Austin's relationship, and people now think that they fake it for the cameras and actually don't like each other behind the scenes. And now it seems that no matter how big and terrible their scandals are, their support from their fans will never waver. A lot of people think that the reason for this is that their fans are really young children in the 8 to 12 range, so they might be just really oblivious to a lot of these allegations. And at number 4, Nikita Dragun. Nikita Dragun is someone who is also very problematic, and it seems that her fans will always stick by her, even if she might not deserve it. One of the biggest scandals that she got in was during the original Dramageddon, when her, Manny MUA, Laura Lee, and Gabriel Zamora faced off against Jeffree Star. At the time, Jeffree was getting called out for being racially insensitive, but instead they ended up taking their own careers down, and all of their old racist tweets were unearthed, including some from Nikita, which were not only racially insensitive, but also we're talking about children in a really gross way. And even somehow during that scandal, she didn't take even as close to as much heat as Manny and Laura did, even though her tweets were just as bad as theirs. After that scandal, Manny and Laura's careers were hanging on by a thread, but somehow she managed to fly under the radar, making a brief apology on her Snapchat. After that scandal, Nikita has been in multiple scandals that have caused people to question if she's biphobic. As well, she's constantly in scandals surrounding race, and she is accused of face and cultural appropriation pretty much on the weekly at this point. And Nikita doesn't even post on YouTube anymore, so I'm honestly not sure how she makes her money, but for some reason she was actually given the award for Beauty Guru of the Year at the Streamies in 2019, even though at that point she had not uploaded a video in months. And she was also just nominated for a Beauty Award for Paper Magazine, so it seems that her platform is still riding with her for now. And at number 3, Jake Paul. Jake is someone that I'm unsure about because it seems like his time might be coming for an actual cancellation. However, even if he does get cancelled into oblivion, there's no denying that Jake Paul is one of the best known YouTubers on earth, with his name being known by people who are not even viewers of the YouTube community, especially because him and his brother Logan were known on YouTube for being some of the biggest Vine creators that successfully moved onto the platform. And at this point, he is such a mainstream celebrity that for the most part, whatever he does makes it into the mainstream press, like his wedding with Tana. And if you need a refresher on why Jake is so problematic, firstly, his Team 10 company is a show, with most of the people turning on him when they leave, and there being tons of turmoil taking place in that house. It literally seems like the craziest place to live on earth, probably. Then there was that time he got into a public feud with Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik, and he was called an irrelevant ugly in a tweet by her. Then there's his failed relationship with Tana Mongeau, where Tana actually cared about him and Jake was just using her for MTV clout. And more recently was when he got into trouble for allegedly looting in a mall in Arizona during BLM protests. So it's very clear that Jake is incredibly problematic, but one reason he might be fine if he does get cancelled is because he doesn't make any money through YouTube anymore, and he has multiple business ventures that have nothing to do with him being the talent. Take the merch company Fanjoy. It's the biggest website in YouTuber merch in existence right now. And although he wasn't outspoken about it until recently, Jake is a co-owner in the business and makes a pretty penny every time someone buys David Dobrik merch. In at number 2, Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill is someone that we talk about a lot on the channel, as she's now infamous on YouTube for all of her failed makeup launches, with the biggest being the controversy around her lipsticks. With her much anticipated cosmetic launch of lipsticks getting tons of hate after customers online discovered various things wrong in the lipsticks, like mold, unidentified black spots, white hairs, and uneven texture, with shards of glass even allegedly being reported too. This is not even close to her worst controversy, as she gets in so many scandals that I actually did a whole video about it a while back on the channel, talking about the top 10 scandals she had been in, with her being at fault for multiple failed launches, as well as getting criticized for not handling the scandals properly. But even with the shadiness that we've seen from Jaclyn, her loving fans still adore her, and in their eyes it's more than just Jaclyn responsible for all of these failures. And even though she's very inconsistent with her YouTube channel, she still gets tons of views when she does post. So it seems that people are always waiting for her next move, and her fans will never stop getting excited for what she'll give them next. And finally, number 1, James Charles. So this one I'm torn on for a few reasons. Firstly, it's hard to say he's too big to get cancelled when he had the worst cancellation of all time in 2019. And secondly, he isn't even close to as problematic as some of the other people on this list. However, I think he's probably at a point where he won't get cancelled again, no matter what he does. Because after his last ginormous scandal, his fans kind of shield him from almost anything he gets accused of. And unless he's getting cancelled for something that he actually did, with proof that he actually said, other people's words on him won't really mean much anymore, as people will always think that people exposing James have some sort of vendetta against him, like Jeffree and Shane did. And let's just say that James didn't upload that video last year that essentially brought his career back overnight. I honestly still think he probably would have come back okay, because I think at some point more people would have come forward to put more holes in Tati's story, and people would have realized a lot of the claims were baseless and just made on emotion and not on receipts. But also now he does have over 20 million followers on YouTube and Instagram. He had an incredibly solid base of loyal fans that will most likely be sticking with him no matter what takes place. Also, now that James is sort of the victor in the Jeffree, Shane, and Tati drama, I think the people that want to see them fail want to see James rise just as much. Kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Alright everyone, that's all for this list. Let me know what you're thinking below. Who do you think was the most deserving to be on this list? Ace family. And who do you think I missed? And I'm gonna shout out some comments from my Jaclyn Hill video. So Madison Henderson said, it's funny how she's always stirring the pot, but when she's in drama, she says she's sick of it. Sounds like a certain star. Yeah, like she just keeps inserting herself into things so unnecessarily, creating all this drama. Like, you know, she says she's trying to heal herself and, you know what I mean, not get involved in this, but then she does? It's very strange. Then Kiki said Jaclyn was obviously trying to get clout to promote her new makeup line or something. Oh my god, if she comes out with something now after this scandal, I will lose it. I think every drama channel will literally explode. Especially because, no, she has been posting, so I mean she wouldn't just be coming like out of nowhere, but that would be crazy. What product could she even make next? I swear to god. Angel Eye said, damn Mackenzie, I'm loving that outfit today. You look beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. Love when I read these comments. They're so cute. Alright, everyone, that's all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. And be sure to like and subscribe for more. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll see you in the next one.